We're now counting words, so I'm going to step it up a wee bit. And the plan here now is, as I said at the end of the last video, they print it out backwards and truly show that we're doing it one word at a time. So I've gone ahead here and added another button called reverse, and I've just added on because I'm going to keep the code in two separate buttons for now. And if I click on reverse, that's basically what I want to see. Lamb, little, A, had Mary. The run code button in my case still does the number 5. So I want to show you how to do this, right? And I'll code it into the run code button, so that I'm doing it just a wee bit at a time, so you can see exactly what I'm at. So the click event from our run button at the minute is just counting words. It's doing that via the counting of spaces. With this other one here that I've called BTN reverse, it's actually going through it backwards, so from end to the beginning, and whenever it comes to a space each time, it knows, right, it's just past a word, so it's going to take that word and print it out, print it to the screen. So let's have a look at this, and we'll compare and contrast it to the other method here where we're counting words. And counting words, we had a default variable. I don't need to count words this time, so I don't need a variable for that. I still do need to know the length. So in this case here, I've created a variable called sen_len, another one called word start, and a string for new sen. So what we have here, the sentence length is what it had been before. It's the length of the sentence, and you can see here the sentence sen length equal to whatever length is the string is in txt input that text. So it's 22. Word start, I'm going to use that there for where the word actually starts. At the minute we don't know where the word starts because we're going backwards. So the word will start somewhere near the end rather than at the very beginning. And new sentence is going to be what we're building up. So instead of Mary had a little lamb, I'll build up this here sentence backwards. So that was the first things I needed. So we've set sentence length equal to say, which is actually 22. Word start position, I'm setting that equal to 21. 21 because we know now that it's a zero index based language, so the characters there go from 0 to 21. I have, instead of using the for loop, I'm using a while loop in this case. So instead of counting from 22 backwards or 21 backwards, I'm setting I as a variable equal to whatever the length of the string is -1, so that's 21, and I'm going to go backwards. So while I is greater than -1 because I want to go from 21 down to 0. And what I do want to do whenever that is true, we'll go into the while loop. I'm going to check to see if I, so the first time around the loop, I is going to have the value 21. So 21 for 1 means it's going to look at the very last character being a B. I'll look and see if it's a space. If it's not a space, it skips all that, subtracts 1 from A, goes to 20, and it'll go around the loop again. Is the next one a space? No and no. So, but whenever it does find a space, and it finds its first space at 17, I'm now starting to build up new sen, which was the new sentence that I set to a string and set to an empty value. What I want to do is add to it. I'm going to add a substring to it, and the substring will just be the word lamb. So what I need from lamb is the start position of lamb, and if I count backwards, B was 21, 20, 19, 18, and I would have gone to 17 before I found a space. lamb is actually stored at position 18 then for 4 characters. So ultimately my substring has to be 18.4. So this here has to equate to 18.4. So I know that I has come down as far as 17, so I'm telling it to go to I plus 1, which is 18. And word start, which was 21, which was the location of the last character, I'm subtracting I from that, which is 17. So 21, take away the 17, gives me the 4. So that's basically saying, go to 18, take 4 characters. And I'm adding on to that, which is a return character, which is the carriage return. So this car is what's called a cast. So I'm taking the ASCII value 13, right, and I'm adding that onto the string, which has the effect of giving me a return character, so a new line if you like. The while loop here is what we've seen before, just in case there's more than one space, that there's just going to keep going. Remember, we're still going backwards, so tracking 1 while there's a space there. Whenever there's a non-space and we come out, word start that started at the length of the sentence, which was at 21, is now starting where the new word starts. And we subtract 1 from I to go to the next one. So whenever we find the next space, we're taking I plus 1 again. Word start now is based on the start, or what actually would be the end point of the next word. Okay, so it's actually sitting at the E. So as we're counting back the ways, we end up getting there between the A and the L, so that's where the space is. So this time we need to take that position plus 1 for 6 letters. And if I did all that, let me just comment out this line and I'll explain it in a second. So if I comment out that, run it, click reverse, you'll see that I'm getting everything except the first word, Mary. So the reason for that is that I'm starting at the end, I'm moving this way, and I'm looking for spaces. And when I find a space, I know I've got a word. I haven't got a space at the beginning, and I should never have a space at the beginning. So it's going to get to the end of the sentence without finding another space. So I automatically know there must be another word there. So this line here, the new sentence plus equals, that I commented out, I'm putting that back in again outside the loop, because I know then that'll capture that last sentence. Sorry, that last word. Okay, so if we run it, as you see, we're getting the 5 there as normal. Click reverse, we're getting that. And just to test with a few spaces, run code, still 5, reverse, we're still getting just the words. So I hope you understood that. You've got the code there, just close that. I was going to put it into the run code. I've decided there just to leave run code and keep that new code inside reverse, so you've got 2 versions of it. And what I will do is I'll save the work that we've done so far, so in other words up to here, and I'll make this solution here available on our virtual learning environment, and I'll let you know where that is.